Hello, everybody. I cannot speak today. Hello, I'm Tiffany. Welcome to my quilting life. Hello, everybody. Today's Sunday, Sew Sunday, where I hope to inspire you to sew up something on a Sunday, or just fart around and do nothing, because that's pretty much what I'm doing today, is farting around. Yeah. Anyway, so. Trying to get this going.
Do you have the thing on?
Yep, it should be on. All right, we got Kim here, Pat here, Dee Dee, Linda, Kimberly, Tracy, Delia, scrolling, Teresa, One Love, Colette, Polly, Maureen, Melina, Nancy. Oh my goodness, it just did it again. Why does this do that? It's like the internet finally catches the fact that I'm on here and then finally, decides it wants to work. So Paula, Francis, Donna, Rena, Dar, Tamala, Yo Patty G, Marie, Slowing Down Joe, Barbara, Sandra, Dee, Linda, Sue, Marie, Judy, another Linda, Robin, Kathy B, Melanie, Gwen, Diane, Julie, Janice, Mary, and if I missed anybody, it's still scrolling like crazy. It's catching up. There it goes. So welcome, everybody. Thank you guys for all taking the time out of your Sunday to sit with me and fart around. Like how I gapped those. No, I really didn't have anything. I didn't want to start another project because I have been filming things and filming some more things and filming more things. So I'm like, I have so many things going on at once that I was like, I really don't want to start another big project today, like at all whatsoever. So I have, I get the Open Gates subscription box and I love that box. Well, this recent video that posted, 4 days ago or so, from the Open Gates box video, my box opening, I did the big project. Usually I swap it up every other month. I'll do the big project or the small project, whatever one seeks my fancy for the amount of time that I have or want to film. So if it looks like it's going to take too long, then I'll go with the smaller project. But if it's not going to take 2 hours for me to film, then I'll go to the big project because I don't really want to film longer than 2 hours, and I'll do the big projects totally another day. But I've been saving little projects from the boxes that I did the big projects instead. So I have either a port pillow or seatbelt cozy, which I'm going to make a seatbelt cozy for my car because why not? It's cute little bee fabric and I will sure as heck use it. And then I'm also going to make my eyeglasses case that just came in this month's, what is this month's? October's box. So I just got this one, and this one came 2 boxes ago, maybe 3 boxes ago. I don't remember. It was some time ago. But either way, I'm going to make the seatbelt thing and the eyeglasses. Why? Because I didn't want to start. I should be able to just sit, easily sew up with you guys. So, and if you don't know who Open Gates Quilt is and you guys would like to sign up for a subscription box that is really awesome, I would highly suggest this is one of those boxes. So, yep, Scott has put a link in there so that you guys can get to Open Gate Quilts if you want to sign up for a subscription box. But you get a big project, a little project, a thread of the month, a notion of the month, and like an extra fat quarter or something. And I actually have my extra fat quarter right here. This one has little words all over it, and it's actually really cute. I just didn't put it away yet. I just stuck it over there and said, what am I going to do with this fat quarter? But it says, there is no friend as a there is no friend as good as a book. Oh my God, I cannot talk. That's what I get for farting all day. I'm just kidding.
Linda made the seatbelt thing, and she loves it. That it made it much more comfortable.
Yeah, well, that will for me because I have I have costochondritis. Long word for just saying that I have no muscle around my rib cage on my left side. It's an MS thing. The muscle has faded away and the cartilage has been eaten up. So I literally can stick my finger in between my rib cage, all on my left side, and it's very painful. So I 90% of the time, don't shoot me, I don't wear a seatbelt because the seatbelt covers right here across that. And anytime, in a car, most cars have this, the newer cars, their brake system. So if you just like brake check because of whatever, you need to scoot up or you hit the brakes just a little too hard, the seatbelt locks up. Every time that happens, it's like it's crushing my chest, and I don't want to take the chance of breaking a rib while driving and then it like puncturing a lung because that's how fragile it is. So I definitely figure, if I'm going to start wearing a seatbelt, at least I'll just wear it with a seatbelt thingy. So that's why I'm going to make that for myself. Life is short, read fast. That's me. I should say life is short, quilt fast.
Yep.
Happily ever after, once upon a time. Just one more page. That's Scott. Every time he's out there reading a book, I'm like, can you come help me with something? He's like, just one more paragraph, one more page. Then I'll be there. Yeah, it's actually a pretty cute fabric. So I liked that. I just stuck it over there. But let's go ahead and make this. Now, I cannot give you the measurements because it's not my pattern, but I'm 100% sure if Monique has told me this before, if you guys like a pattern that I'm putting together in a video and you sign up for that box and you say you sign up for November's box, you're signing up for it, and you sign up for that box and you tell her that you found their company from, Tiffany, and you want the one that she did in the video of the seatbelt holder, she'll include that pattern for free in that box, your first month's box, if it's something that you found that I did on my channel. So just know that she will include that if you tell her which one it is, because she's told me that before. So, all right, let's see. What do I got here? I have this and some, what is this called? Velcro. All right, so I have Velcro and some rectangle fabric and some stuffing. Cut the fabric. Which fabric? There's 2 pieces of fabric here. Which one am I cutting? I have no idea. I guess the second one is for making the pillow. Ah, okay. So I don't need this one. I just need this one. Okay. Okay, here we go. I'm going to cut this piece into some squares. And I'm trying to read it real quick as I do this. I need this and this. How big is this piece? How big is this piece? I'm going to make it the same, just different, without cutting too much down. That's what I'm going to do. Why? Because I can. Why? Because it's for my seatbelt. And I want it to cover more of my chest. All right. I'm going to lay this on a line. And how much is that again? Okay. So I'm going to make mine just a smidge different than it says. But that's okay. I'm allowed to do that. Hold on. I'm doing it again.
I'll watch you make yours, then I'll make mine.
I'm not following the directions properly, but that's okay. Let me do this again, just so that I'm only looking at this page. Cut into 2 of those size pieces. Oh, does it use this too? How big is that?
Agnes made made it. She said it was easy
by
and very
10.
effective.
Nope, it doesn't. I don't know. 6, 5, 14, that's a Velcro, 1, 5, 5, 6, please. That's this. Okay. Yeah, I don't need that. My brain is seeing 500. I don't follow directions very well, guys. This is why I never do. I never do directions. I usually make my own thing. Fuse it to the wrong side. I'm just gonna like do this. Okay. There we go. I'm gonna cut that right there. I'm gonna fuse this to the wrong side of something, and I don't even have. Let's just use this one today.
You want me to plug it in?
Yep. The cord to it is over there. It's the gray one.
You ready?
Yep. Stay stuff. I have a disaster going on here, guys. There we go. Now you're off of there. Let's turn that on. And while I wait for that to turn on, I'll find myself a little June Taylor ironing mat and read some more directions. Place the fuse, blah, blah, blah. Fuse it right sides together, sew around, one side open, press and sew the rectangles, opening that. Well, that looks so easy. And then I just sew the Velcro on. Can I sew the Velcro on first so that it's on the underside?
Will the Velcro be on the inside either way? I mean, the Velcro's on the outside?
Yeah. I'm looking. Yeah, the Velcro is sewn to the outside. So it's like a top stitch. Because you don't know exactly how it's going to land. But technically, once it's together, it goes like this. Just like that. Okay. I'm going to sew my Velcro on first. Because that's what I'm going to do. Guess I only need the one piece because the other side will go on that
Velcro
side.
will melt in the iron. You know that, right?
I'm going to sew it on after. Who said the Velcro will melt?
Robin.
Well, I wasn't going to sew it like that. I'm going to put this on first. You'll see. You'll see. I'll figure it out. If it doesn't work, oh well. At least I tried. Let's make these two things flat. Is this on yet? Oh, yay, it is. Okay, I'm going to center this on here because I have mine a little oversized cut, which is fine by me. I'm going to center it on there. Fuse it on.
Show me wearing one of your new shirts.
Yes, I'm wearing one of my new shirts. It's not working from that direction.
What does it say? I'm not
It
messy,
says,
I'm creatively organized.
I'm not messy. I'm creatively organized. It's one of my new shirts that was sent to me. If you didn't catch that video, it was a box opening, mail opening on what, Tuesday?
I think so. I believe it was Tuesday, yeah.
Okay. That's fused on there. See, what I was thinking is, I'm being smart here. I was going to sew the Velcro on right here to this stuff right here. You get where I'm going here? Because when it's folded in three, this, to cover my seatbelt thing, watch. We're going to mock this, just so you guys know what I'm talking about here. If this was on the underside, one Velcro piece is going to go on there, And one Velcro piece is going to go right here. So one will go right here, like that. And it says to measure it in 1/2 inch from the top, side, and bottom. And I'm going to just hope that it stays right there. Right. And then the other one is going to go right here on this one. So I'm going to measure it in on the same on both and then sew it on. So let's measure it. I made mine a little bit bigger, so we're going to go, come on, 3/4 of an inch in, because my piece is just a smidge bigger. And we're going to go right here and right here. And then this side, the side that it hooks to. So on this one, measure in 3/4 of an inch. Lay the stuff down right there and right there and mark it. That way I have no stitching on the outside. I don't have to have stitching on the outside. So let's put this piece of Velcro on here first. Why? Because I can. And you know what? It's my seatbelt thing. I want a little bit more padding in it.
That's a big old hunk. You don't have a little tiny hunk you can take from?
Oh, I'm just taking a... That's perfect. Let's see. Oops, a little bit more off. Right there. Is that the same now? Oh, it is. Look at that. We're going to make this even better. It's going to be so soft. Stay. Now we're going to put my Velcro on right here. So I'm going to stitch my Velcro on all the way around it. So I'm pre-putting my Velcro on, then going to sew it. Why? Because I do things totally different.
You don't like to follow directions?
I don't like to follow directions. Nope, not at all. Nope. You ask me to go right, I go left. Ain't that right, Scotty?
Yes. Very much so.
Yep. I have issues. All right. So there's that one on there. And then this one right here will go on side. And then I shall sew them together. And this totally makes sense with me just farting around today. I'm not following directions. Yep. All right. The eyeglass is one I may have to follow directions on, but all right. We're going to put these wrong sides or right sides together, and I'm going to sew all the way around now with a seam that's like 1/4 inch, because it doesn't say. Does it say? It probably does say. No, I don't think so. All the way around, but I am going to leave an opening. Come on, right there. And leave an opening Come on. Now, to pull it through my lovely opening. I'm going to chop these little corners away though. Right up to the stitching, but not the stitching. To reduce bulk. And if it doesn't work, oh well. I just wasted a small amount of fabric. Now if I can fit it through this little tiny hole that I left. It says to leave a 2-inch hole. I left like 1.5 inches. Come on. Come on.
Do you have a favorite brand of scissors for cutting yardage and piecing?
No. I do have Karen K. Buckley's. I really like those, but I always forget to pull them off of the wall and use them. I do use them often though when I'm trimming away little things, like my little tiny guys. These are Karen K. Buckley scissors. I like the little tiny ones when I'm cutting away the embroidery stuff and or small stuff when I was monogramming.
Cutting yardage and
Cutting,
piecing, you normally use a rotary cutter.
yeah, I usually use a rotary cutter for everything else.
The majority of your scissors, you use the ones that I got you from Ross.
Yeah.
I got you a 10-pack for like $5. Remember that?
Yep. Okay, I'm going to re-straighten my one piece of batting that I put in here using my fingers because it wasn't as big. Now it is. It's the right size, but it wasn't the right size before the seams. Come on, right there, right there. Push it all out. I'm going to fold that down. I'm going to press it.
Hey, don't be big.
Just pressing around the edges. Got to get my opening pressed neatly. There we go. Stay. Right there. Look at that. Before I stitch all the way around, I'm just going to make sure that my Velcro, look at that.
Did you get a new pressing net or find a way to flatten the one you had?
No, but it seems to be a little bit flatter than it was the last time I used it. All right, I'm going to stitch it all the way around now with an 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. Just top stitching my fold shut as well as all the way around the whole entire thing.
Question for the GP CL 2010Q, that's the one you have, right?
Yes.
When they use the thread cutter, the thread is too short and the top thread will not catch the bobbin thread. Any ideas as to why this happens?
That it just cuts it short. So if you plan, like if you're quilting and put it this way. If you're going to plan to quilt with your TL 2010Q, like free motion quilt, and you need to pull your bobbin thread up all the time, do not use the thread cutter because it makes the tail that long when you put your needle down and pull it back up again. You need to just not use it. If you plan to piece with it, then it really doesn't matter having the little thread tail. It pulls it up every time for me. I've not ever had a problem. So I don't know why it would cut it any shorter than mine is, but it is a small tail. But I think that is with any machine. Well, some machines. The embroidery machine has a longer tail. But this cuts it kind of short. All right. Now I'm going to fold it and create my lines to top stitch my fold permanently there. I'm just going to fold this in there. Fold this on top. Line up my Velcro just like this. And then I'm going to press this real quick. That way it gives me some crease lines right here on the sides for a quick top stitch. So now you don't see the stitching from my thing. I'm just going to have a top stitch crease. That's all. Right here. And this is very sloppy, even for me, but whatever. And if you have, back to that conversation of the thread cutter, if you have issues, then just use your knee lift with the machine, and you can see how I just did that. So you would use your knee lift. I'm going to grab some fabric so that you can see what I'm talking about here. When you're sewing, because if you want a longer tail, you get to the end of the seam, just use your knee lift, and while it's lifted, pull the thread away and snip. So then you always have a long tail if that's what you need. You can get used to it really easily. Once you're using it all the time, at the end of every seam, instead of pressing the thread cutter, you would just, you know, pull the thread away like that with your knee lift. That way you're not reaching behind, then pulling away, then blah, blah, blah. Your brain will naturally just lift the knee, lift the foot up, and then you just pull your fabric away. So that prevents you from having short tails as well. So there's that. All right. My little seatbelt thingy is complete. It's kind of sloppy. Oh, wow. Did that not stitch right there? Look at that. This is like super sloppy. This is probably the sloppiest little thing I've ever made. So you can see how my brain is used to the knee lift after 6 years of using it, you know. So obviously it comes natural to me, but I usually use the thread cutter most of the time, but it doesn't bother me to have a small tail. Yeah, that'll work. Trying to think, seatbelt across me. There we go. I made my little seatbelt thing, and I pre-sewed my Velcro on. If you want to make this without a pattern, it's probably super easy. You just cut 2 rectangles, add some Velcro and some padding, and
That looks so skinny. I thought it would have been a little bit wider.
Mhm.
Seatbelt. That seatbelt is pretty skinny. I guess
Yeah. So there's my seatbelt hold thing. Ta-da! All done. On to the next. Just gonna put that out of the way. Eyeglasses cases next. And I end up dropping things.
You need that? I'll get it. I'll get it. It's right in front of me.
Oh, there's a button in here. Okay.
What'd you say?
Yeah, a button. That's
Oh,
a button. Oh, it's elastic. Ooh, look at that. Blue elastic. All right. Let's read some more directions and screw them up too. My supplies are in here. Okay, there's this color and that color. So one's lining and one's the outside. And then there's this thing. If the pieces in the kit are larger, trimmed to size. On the reverse side of one of the fuse this piece. Okay. Fold the elastic in half on one side. Wow, this is really easy too. So here we go. We're gonna put the fusible stuff on one side. So I'm gonna make this flat, and I'm also gonna make this flat while I'm at it.
that iron is working good for this.
Yep.
That iron and board looks flat compared to what it used to be.
All right, I'm going to center it on here with a 1/4 inch all the way around. I'm making sure it's glue side down.
Your little board used to bow?
Yeah, this one, the other one bows.
Okay. You don't have to pull it out.
I'm just going to show you guys. Sometimes they end up looking like a happy face. This one, I don't know how, but the last time I used it, I let the iron with the steam sit on it for so much time, and then it laid flat for a while, so it kind of went back. But this other one hasn't been used in a while, so obviously it's not flat. Okay, ironing on fusible. That stuff just doesn't. Iron it from this side. It's ironing on.
Or maybe they should be stored flat.
Yeah, stored flat. Or like in between a shelf, you know what I mean? Like where there's flat stuff always against it. Not in a leaning position. They sell these at Walmart. All right, and then it says to sew the elastic to the end of this. The only thing I don't like about sewing elastic is that it sucks because it's small and you have to use a really tiny stitch length. All right, that looks center to me. Let's use a measuring thing to make sure.
How are you feeling?
I am just really tired. Oh my gosh, that is exactly center. I did good. I feel okay. We got up early, went to Walmart, ran our errands, went to church, came home from church.
Yeah.
I took a nap. I didn't get much of a nap because I had a strange dream. A very, very vivid dream. Yep. Anyways, okay, where were we? With right sides together, sew them, press to one side. Oh, with right sides together, sew both short ends together. Sew both short ends together. Okay. So that would be this right here. This makes no sense. Hold on.
Tell them we were trying to get a hold of a Facebook person for a table for 2 days.
Yeah, we've been trying to get a table for 2 days for my embroidery machine. We found one for $15. It's like $55 at Walmart, and it's $15. Somebody had one. It fits the embroidery machine perfectly, but yeah, it's taking forever for them to respond. Scott keeps messaging saying, "Hey, we're going to come now," and then she doesn't see it for like 3 hours. Well, we're ready now. She doesn't see it for another 3 hours. Like, okay. Now she's saying tomorrow. Let's see. Open the tube. I'm making a tube. It doesn't say to make a tube. The picture doesn't show a tube. What is it showing me? Scott, can you read this? This makes no sense. Fuse. I got that
Yes.
on there. With the elastic raw edge to the elastic. Place the folded elastic in the middle. I already did that. with the right sides together, sew both short ends to create a tube. Why is it showing it fully open? It makes no sense.
Okay, did you put the fused piece of fabric on the reverse side?
Yes.
Okay, I'll keep that upside down. Fold the elastic in half on the right side of the fused fabric. Where's the elastic?
Right side. This is why I don't do directions.
Okay, the right sides together, so both the short ends.
This is the short ends.
They have it. Okay, you sure this is the short ends?
This is the short ends.
Well, that wouldn't be a tube then. That doesn't make sense. How would that be a tube if those are sewn together? Wouldn't the long ends have to be? Do they mean just sew the one side? Because here they open it.
Yeah. Did anybody else make this project in their box yet? Because it's confusing.
Okay. I think they want you to sew the side, then they want you to open it, because that's what this picture is them opened. Well, it's opened this way. The seams with right sides together, about 3 inches opening in the lining. Trim all 4 corners at an angle to reduce bulk. So you trim the corners and through the opening and pull the piece out so that right sides of the fabric. That's the case. Open and close.
Then how does the bag get sealed?
Insert the lining inside the case. I'm not sure.
You know what? I think I know exactly what to do here. I'm going to sew both these. Pull it through like a tube. 2 sides, right? Because it makes no sense.
Yep, time to improvise again. That's what I was thinking. Truce McBurr says I was waiting on you to make it.
Okay. Well, it's showing it long way, so I'm going to sew a seam real quick on this long side. Although I don't see what the point is because it's showing it curved right here at the connector. So I don't know how I'm supposed to get that curve. We're going to see right now. Here we go. Let's sew this first. Like it's showing. Then it's showing it open, like this. Okay. Then it looks like I'm going to leave an opening. I'm going to sew the other side. The picture does not look right. It's showing it crooked.
Sew 3 sides and leave 1 short end open.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That's what Nancy says.
Yep. All right. We're going to just sew 3 sides. Let's put a gap, a really big gap. Come on. This is the first super duper confusing one that I've had. It's got to be correct. Got to be correct. We're just going to make sure real quick somehow does not create a thing, and then you sew the sides. Top stitch around the edge of the opening. No, because it wants you to have a lining. See, this is wrong. But we're going to make it right. You know why? Because I didn't get it. I don't get it, but we're going to make it. By just top stitching the whole entire thing in half. Because the directions do not make any sense. I did not clip my corners, and at this moment, I don't care. Because I'm too confused. So I just sewed around all 3 sides and left an opening on side 4. Now I'm turning it out, poking around my sides, and then I'm going to press it and seal. What I'm going to do is fold it in half like this, and then top stitch it closed, and it'll be totally different than the picture. Because guess what? I don't care. This makes no sense. The picture even makes no sense. I don't get it. That one you almost have to have the designer's video for, because that one I'm lost. So lost. All right. I'm going to press this as flat gets, because I'm going to be top stitching it differently than I normally would. Because I'm going to be creating a glasses holder out of this. Because it says it has a lining, but it doesn't make sense of how to put it together to create the lining, if that makes any sense at all. Poke this corner out a little bit better right here. There we go. It's much better. All right, and I'm also going to fold my little seam right here. Get it to stay. So my glasses case is going to be different than all of you who know how to follow directions that don't make sense. Monique's going to see this video and she's going to be like, Tiffany, I'm telling you, this is how it goes. You were almost on the right track. And I'll be like, oh, well, I fixed it. All right. Yep. Okay. I'm going to seal that now by sewing all the way around. So I'm just going to sew all the way around with an 1/8 of an inch seam. And I'm also going to change that stitch length. I'm sealing it up. And I've always liked the look of double stitching, so this is going to have a double stitch look to it. Because my lining is not a lining.
Not a lining. Your lining is not a lining.
Nope, it's one solid piece of fabric. So it's not going to be able to be shoved in like it says on the directions. But I don't know how I would even be shoving it in because, well, I am lost. I'm lost, but I'm figuring it out. I left that darn thread tail and I forgot to hold on to it, and then it's left me with this wonderful chunk of thread, which looks tacky. No, I'm not done with it. All right. Now that this is one long piece, I'm just going to fold this almost up. I'm going to create myself a little fold because this is going to work for me. Trust me, you'll like it. I'm going to create a little fold because that's where my little thing is going to go, my doohickey, my button. So it has a little flap. I'm going to permanently create that flap by stitching it. But first, we're going to create these folds with the iron. Also, I'm not going to hand sew that button. I'm actually going to use my machine. We're going to machine put the button on. You guys are going to be like, what? You're crazy, lady. All right, I'm going to fold this on top of itself. And then I'm going to fold that. So how big glasses are, Scotty? How big are glasses? I don't have any in here.
Here, but you're asking at the wrong time. There's people that need to be deleted. Just go get a pair.
Perfect.
I'm trying to do this, and it's going so fast.
All right.
It goes so fast, I can't keep up with them. The check goes too quick.
I'm going to...
They want to know if you can sing.
I used to be able to sing, guys. Like, really, I used to be able to. Ask Scott. But when I got valley fever, my singing abilities were less to be desired because I have a permanent scratch to my voice now, and I can't hold the notes because I feel like I can't fill my lungs up anymore like I used to be able to sing.
You can sing very well, that's what I told you. You just don't think you can.
All right. I'm going to put a stitch right here where I created this fold so that way it folds really easily. I'm going to do that one first. Oops, what am I doing? This shank goes over there. So I want a stitch right here. This is totally the Tiffy way. Get rid of my thread tails. All right, so now I have a little stitch. And now I'm going to keep that open. And I'm going to top stitch down the sides and across the bottom to keep it a permanent fold. And I'm going to sew right on my previous stitching 1/8 of an inch on the sides. So I'm going to start up here and then go around. Oh, wait, no. We need a button first because I won't be able to open it. Hold on 2 seconds. We're going to put the button on. Then we're going to close it. Marking utensil. Oh, there it is. Right in front of my face. Where's the button? Where is my button gonna go? Okay. It needs to go right there. All right. I'm marking where my button is going to sit, and we're going to put the button on using the sewing machine. Let's see how I awfully mess this up. Okay, we're going to change my stitch length to a 6. I'm going to center my button on my little area that I marked it. It's going to be so weird. I'm going to manually stick my needle in one of the buttonholes. You guys have probably not seen this. I'm going to pull it up, and then it lands in the second buttonhole. And then pull it up, go back, buttonhole 1, buttonhole 2, go back, and do it back and forth a bazillion times. This saves me from hand sewing. Now I'm going to put the thing down just a little bit more right there. Yeah, just bring it over here. This is going to be a little. Just unplug it from that only and then pull the camera completely out.
You want me to take the camera out?
Yeah, just, yeah, out of the stand, yes, and come over here and hold it.
It's going to be shaky.
That stand is going to be in my way and we're not going to be able to get it low enough. Camera's moving, guys. Camera is moving.
Just let me work. I just put it right here and lower the stand.
They're not going to see it. You can't zoom in. You need to come close.
Well, I was trying to so it wasn't in your way. I can't hold it still. My hands will be shaky.
What I'm doing, see where the button is? I'm putting my needle down in buttonhole A, which is the first hole, just like that. And with my machine on the 6, my stitch width length, as soon as it goes down, when it comes up, dang it, with the foot down, it'll go into hole number 2. So right now I'm not in hole number 2, I'm in hole number 1. But I can't do this at the same time. So here we go.
You want me to hold it?
Now it should land in hole number 2, mostly. Almost to hole number 2, right there. So it's tied it. Then I come back again to hole number 1. They do have them in machines. They do have buttonhole stitches. You just got to know how wide they are. But this is how I put buttons on several times, guys. So you can see I'm just moving my hand wheel. There's the hand wheel right here. So I'm just moving the hand wheel. And obviously it's not going to line up because I'm not holding it. If I was holding it, it would be better. But there's hole number 2. And then I would go back again until it's completely stitched.
Do you want me to do all that? I can do all
Nope.
that.
And I'm going to do it several times until it's there we go. Several times until it's like fully stitched. But the 6 is usually the same gap. I just do it always by hand with the hand wheel. And I pull it back. I put it back into that hole again. And just hand wheel it. It goes to the second one every time. If you're holding it, readjust, put it down. And I'm making a big thread mess, but that's how it works. All right, that should be enough times.
Do you tie it off on the back side?
No, I tie it right here on the front because the back is already a big, huge mess. Should be back and forth several times on the back. And then the front, I just take these 2 pieces and tie them and then cut them. I just literally tie them with my hand like this.
Can you drop your feed dog?
You can drop the feed dogs, but it's not going to pull the fabric to the next hole. You know what I mean? To the next hole. That's just how I do it. I don't know. I think that machine might have a button one that has the button holes. I don't know if it has the actual button attaching by machine, but this is how I do it. I just do it every time I fix a button on something. I do it right here at the Juki. And I just turn my hand wheel when it's on the 6 and it goes from buttonhole to buttonhole usually. And on the 4, the ones with 4 holes, I just go corner to corner a bazillion times and then all the way around from hole to hole. All right, this should be the last time I need to tie this little knot. And I now have a button that's nicely on there, like really tightly on there. You can see the stitching on the back and on the front. Now I'm going to fold it in half and sew the sides together. So there's a quick lesson in, it's probably not the correct way, but that's my way. It may not be correct, but it's the way I do it. All right, I'm going to top stitch now to seal this shut. And then I will have my glasses case built differently because I don't like the directions. And that's, you know, going to happen. I'm just sewing on the same stitch line. I'm going to sew across the bottom because I want the bottom to stay folded, so I'm going to stitch across it. Right there. Back stitch at the start. And ta-da, I have a glasses case. Now, it's not the same as the pattern, but it's mine, and I can care less. There we go. It's together. And the little thingy.
Could you use a magnetic closer?
You could use a magnetic closer, yes. It's got the little case shut. I'm wondering if I should like permanently seal that down too. No. Nope, I'm going to leave it open. There. I just need a pair of glasses to throw in it so you guys can see. It still works the same.
Do you need to steal mine again?
Yes, please. Just for a moment. Because my glasses are in the bedroom.
Okay, I will show him off while you take my glasses. Take them from the side, please.
All right. Glasses fit in case, and case gets closed.
Everybody wants to see the mail.
So there it is. It works just the same as it's supposed to. But I think I'm going to put my sunglasses from the car in this because I constantly am throwing them around and they're like super scratched up. So this is going in the car as well for my car sunglasses. But there, I did it sort of like the directions. The picture is so different. I don't understand it. Yeah. So theirs just shows it opening without a fold like this over it. Theirs just shows it made as a case and you just flip it open and then instead of having this closed, it's just a little tiny piece on the picture. So mine actually has a fold over and it works. Just like that. I'm going to throw it in the car along with this. Ta-da! I did 2 of my little projects. And I still have a cute little bee fabric to do whatever I want with. And a piece of elastic. I mean, not elastic, Velcro. So there we have it. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
We're not done for the night.
No. All right, what else was I going to do today, my friends? I was going to auction something off and see how it goes. Although my last auction, the person did not contact me afterwards. I gave them a little over a week. So it ended up going to the second bidder, which we looked on the video, and the second bidder was easily contacted, and they ended up with it. So now, auction rules, I start things off. It's U.S. shipping is free only. If you're outside the country and you want to bid, just know you need to pay your shipping. So pass me that.
What?
One of those 2 things, I guess.
This?
Yeah, sure. Why not? All right. All right.
You got 2 things in a row.
I have 2 things to auction off. We're going to start with this little feller that I made 2, 3, maybe 4 so Sundays ago. This. And we're going to start the bidding at $10 because that's what it's going to cost to ship it. So $10 and start if you're interested in it. It is a table runner. I will hold it up super close so that you guys can see. I made this in a Sew Sunday. It is covered in thread. I should wipe the thread off. The back looks like that. There's that. That's what it looks like. It is very cute.
How wide is it?
It is 20 and a half by 20 and a half by 20 and a half by
It's 20 and a half.
it's 20 and a half from here to here or here to here or here to here or here to there. It's 20 and a half.
Diane said 20.
Diane Smith is at 20. And this doesn't have to go forever.
That's probably as much as that's going to go.
Yep.
What's inside of it?
It's got cotton batting inside of it. This one has 100% white cotton. Remember, I cut it in the video, so it has white cotton in it. All right, Diane at $20 going once. Diane at 20. Oh, Teresa Louise at 25. She jumped in right before I said that. So she 25 at Teresa Louise going once. I'm just going to say that right away. They are easy to make. I've made a few more. I just haven't quilted them yet.
Teresa McBurr says that's cheap. The kit costs more than that.
All right, where are we at? We're at $25. $25 to Teresa Louise going once. $25 to Teresa Louise going twice. Sold to $25 to Teresa Louise. There is one down, and I'll remember that's Teresa. So I'll remember. The next item up for auction today is last week's live. I made this quilt as you go table runner. Isn't it adorable? We're going to start this one off at $25. Why? Because, well, I don't know how much it's going to cost to ship, and I would like a little bit of money towards the things that I've been updating lately around here. So, anyways, I'm going to start this one off. It's just all sorts of pretty flowers. I made this in last week's Quilt As You Go video, showed you guys how to do it, and I finished it all in one video. It is beautiful flowers. It has cotton on the inside, just because I know I was going to ask. Starting at $25. The back is green. The binding is all the leftovers. So you can see the binding is all the leftover fabrics from the jelly rolls. Huh?
Donna's at 25.
Donna is at 25. The other Tanya Cross is at 25. Tanya Cross is 26. So there's that.
26.
We're at 26. So there's that table runner. So many pretty fabrics, guys. Gwen is at 30. Donna Faye is at 30. So they're both at the same right now. Yeah, they probably typed it at the same time.
We go with the first one that comes up on ours, so that'd be Gwen.
Where are we at? Yeah, the first one was Gwen. We're at 31 for Lady Fair. Oh. Yeah, it's killing my arms.
I see that.
I'm just farting around today, guys. I'm not in the mood. my body's killing me.
34.
We're at 34 for Donna Faye. It's so pretty. Come on, my friend.
Well, do you want to get out paper and pen to write down the name?
How long? Oh, yeah, the size, for those that need to know. It is 19 inches wide by, flatten it a little bit more.
47.
By 47 inches long. 19 by 47. So Donna Faye is at 34.
Yeah, you're gonna need paper and pen since I'm holding it up, so you're doing the writing.
Yep. Where's that 34? Oh, I just saw that there was that too.
You saw what?
Oh, the thing. I don't think this is a working pen. Oh, it is.
Teresa, do you really want both of them? Teresa said 45. We were only at 34. You only had to go to 35.
Where are we at now? 45 to Teresa Louise so far. The back is pretty green. Totally goes with the whole theme because the front is flowers, the back is leaves. And just know the reason I sell quilts, as you guys know, but I do give a lot away as well. The reason why I auction things off is because I need to pay for something like ASAP. It's the reason why I do this.
Donna Faye went to 46.
Donna Faye at 46.
Well, Teresa says if she wins, it's going on her dresser.
Ah. Donna Faye is at 46. We're just gonna wait and see. Yes, it is. It's very beautiful. I like it.
Sweetheart Creations went to 50.
Where are we at? Sweetheart Creations is at 50. Sweetheart Creations is at 50. You're gonna make everybody so dizzy doing that.
I'm just around. I'm
Oh,
trying to be
and
funny.
as I quilted as you go to put it on, remember last week I did go through and quilted through the center of every single one of these as well. So it does have additional quilting other than the quilting you see on the back from Quilt As You Going. Quilt As You Going, does that sound weird?
Yes.
From doing Quilt As You Go or from making it Quilt As You Go. I don't know, however it sounds. Where are we at? Sweetheart Creations is still at 50. Did I give that a few minutes?
I think that's probably going to be the winner. That probably ties this.
All right. Sweetheart Creations at $50 going once.
It's beautiful, though.
Sweetheart Creations at 50 going twice. And sold. Sweetheart Creations for $50.
Just email Tiff your address. We will have it mailed out on Tuesday. Since mail does not go tomorrow, so you have a whole day to pay us. We'll give you a good week, though.
All right. So for those of you, Teresa Louise, I already talked to you the bazillion days a week, so I already know how to contact you. But for Sweetheart Creations, make sure you guys email me. We put those on those.
Yes, I know which one goes
All right,
where.
next
I know what
one.
I'm doing. I know what I'm doing.
Next one we have is this one. Now, I did not make the top. It was passed on to me, and someone said, oh, have fun quilting this. So I did have fun quilting this. We're going to start this one off as I show it off at $20. So this is, just so you guys know, it is 22 by 22. So it is a complete square. It is blue batiks with, what colors? With, like not tans, but taupes, I guess. Taupe is the color. So it's blue and batiks. Sorry, the word was not coming to me. It is bound in a blue batik. And the back, you guys can see the quilting, sort of. I'm trying to get the screen to show it.
$30 for Tony Conway.
It is Rose of Feather, where we're at $30 for Tony Conway.
Oh, Lady Fair went to
Lady
32.
Fair went to 32. All right, so I'm going to show you guys the back where you can see all of my messy quilting. You know I like to dog my quilting all the time. So here's what the quilting looks like. Sorry it's been folded, so it's kind of got a little crease in it, but this is how it's been quilted. Is it showing good?
Tony's at 35.
More at
Nope,
Lady Fair is 36.
We're doing this true auction style. Do I hear 37? Do I hear 37?
You hear Scott in the background trying to be the auctioneer. So that's what it looks like. I had this thing with I wanted to quilt feathers in 2 different directions and have fun with it. So that's my having fun with it. Obviously, the creases will go out with a little bit of steam. But this has 80-20 in it because I wanted the puff because it's a little bit thicker for around right here in these areas. There's puff, so it has 80-20 in this one.
Tony's at 40.
So it's, like I said, it's not like professionally perfect or anything, but I was having fun the day that I quilted it. So we are at 40 for Tony so far.
Lady Fair's at 41.
We're at 41 with Lady Fair. All right, arms are killing me again.
45 for Karen.
But you can see they're puffy. See right here? Puffy, because I didn't quilt in those sections, so I left them puffy. It gives it this like cool look. So you can honestly just steam it so that the wrinkles go away, because once it ships too, I'm pretty sure it's going to wrinkle a little bit more, folding it up to ship it. But just take some steam to it, and then it can be also used as a wall hanging, because yeah, The feathers look really cool from the front side because of the blue thread that I used. We're at 45 for Karen. And look, it's kind of, I'm holding this with one hand and only, it's kind of stiff. Oh, wait, it fell. I talked too soon. All righty. Hey, stay. Okay, it's just going to sit right here. Where are we at? 45 with 45. Karen Robertson.
I think that's pretty good.
All right. Give me the count to 20. All right, going once to Karen Robertson for 45. Going twice to Karen for 45. Sold to Karen for 45.
You still have the paper and pen, don't you?
Yep.
I was supposed to be the writer.
All right, where is it? Karenr. Don't forget to email me. Ertson 45. Okay. Don't forget to email me. So,
yes, please, everyone.
Let's do the next one. It's going okay. All right. We'll stop at this one. All right. The next one I did not make on camera. I got bored one day, but I did show you guys recently how to quilt it on camera. So here is a table runner that is a Bargello. We're going to start this one off at 25. Hold on. Let's give a measurement. It is, it's like 19 3/4. I'm just going to say 20 by, hold on.
Just take the end.
20 by 40. It's 20 by 40 within a 1/4 inch of both those numbers. So there's the front. This one is lovely quilted. It looks like butterflies, but they're actually flowers, but they look like butterflies with waves. They're super adorable, let's just say.
Diane Smith's at 30.
Diane Smith is at 30.
Hold it for you?
I was going to show the back up close.
Go ahead. Sit down.
Okay.
Read the person's name.
All right. We're at 32 for Fern King. 35 for Diane Smith.
Sorry, Joyce. She beat you there. I think your bid came in a second too late.
We're at 40 for E. Joyner. Again, this is what a Bargello looks like. So, handmade by Ying with Donna and Becca also with So Becca. They were doing Bargellos, and I was like, I want to make a little Bargello, so I made a little Bargello and decided to, do this with it, and then I made a little long. I used it for the long arm video purpose only. I didn't use it to teach you guys to make a Bargello. The outer print here is actually like, it looks like it's faded, like washed away looking.
Gwen.
We're at 45. Gwen is at 45.
You guys see the cool little butterflies and stuff?
They look like butterflies, but they're supposed to be flowers. But like I said, it looks like a butterfly.
You guys see that right there?
Gwen is still at 45.
There's a whole bunch of them all over it. It's really cool looking.
Yep. But
100% done by Tiffy.
And this has cotton batting.
No computer.
Most table runners have cotton batting in it because that's the main scrap batting that I have in these sizes left over. I think it's adorable. Oh, and the thread is called Peach or Peach Ring. I think it's Peach. It's just peach on its own. But that's the color thread that I used because it like totally goes with the rust color that's mixed in with the Bargello. And I took the green, even though this is not the same green, I took that and brought it out into the border because I had, that fabric. Oh, okay. I'm reading some.
We can say your name. We're not going to say Elena.
Well, no, I didn't know what E was. But it's good knowing now. All right, Gwen is still at 45. Yeah, pretty much. That's what it looks like. And the back is like a peach colored with white triangles all over it. It's super pretty. We got Val at 50. Val Martinez is at 50. Oh, he comes over here and then he just runs away from me when I try to pick him up.
get a
Again,
t-shirt if
it's
you want.
20 by 40. That's the measurements.
Here, you take him and I'll hold the thing up. They can have.
He came over here. He was like wanting to see what was going on. What is that? Is that the one that you sniffed at?
Oh, Gwen went to 55.
Gwen is at 55. Is it, you want to pet it? Oh, how
he does
pretty.
not, Mama. He says no. You're making me mad.
Hi.
They say, how much is the kitty? Sorry.
The kitty is not for sale today, guys.
The kitty
He cannot.
costs too much to sell on here. No.
He cannot go nowhere. You want to sew?
That kitty doesn't leave the house. He doesn't know anything between 68 and 80 degrees. He's never even been outside.
Yeah, he's a very weird kitty. All right, where are we at? 55. Gwen is at 55. All right. Gwen is at 55. All right, 55 going once for Gwen. 55 going twice for Gwen. Look at me trying to talk. Sold to Gwen. I'm not going to pronounce Brennan. For 55. All right. All right, just remember to email me.
Yes, do you want to say those names again?
All right.
So we know, but Sweetheart Creations.
Sweetheart Creations, Gwen Brennan, and what's the other one again?
Hold on. Karen Robertson.
And Karen Robertson. Don't forget to email me. I take my payments through PayPal or Zelle. Just thought I'd let you guys know. And Zelle is actually free. PayPal has a fee.
Or if you want, you can even give it to us through GoFundMe.
Or you can pay through GoFundMe. But I still need, you need to email me with your address either way. So, all right. There we have it, guys. Thank you guys for sticking around for a small little auction.
Hold on, ask them if they have any questions.
Does anybody have any questions? Ooh, maybe I should close my blade, huh?
This was short. It's only been an hour and 20 minutes. You can talk.
I want to watch a movie. I want to watch a movie.
Yeah, right.
I made my stuff. I'm going to be safe with a seatbelt. Maybe. And I'm going to put my car glasses instead of throwing. You should ask Scott. I literally pick up my car glasses. I put them on my face. And then when we get somewhere, I just throw them down into the center console. And they always land upside down. And then I'll forget. I'll put them on my, I'll use them when we go into a store and I'll put them on my head. Use them as glasses. And when I get home, I'll forget to take them off my face. And then I'll get into the house and go, oh, these need to go back in the car. So I'll go back out to the car and just open the door and throw them in there and hope that they land somewhere. So they're kind of a little scratched, but they're my favorite sunglasses. They fit my face like perfectly. So I'm going to be smart about it.
They want to know where they can get the shirts that you got in the mail the other day. Is that lady more?
These were made for me. So she purchased the shirts, obviously. And then I'm not 100% sure if she used a Cricut or a Brother Scan and Cut or those kind of things, but she actually made these herself and then heat pressed them, to get the vinyl stuff on here. So if she's on here, she could speak up if she wants to about if she makes them for sale. But if she doesn't say anything in the chat, I can ask her later because I have contact with her all the time. But I'm not sure if she makes them full time or not. So, all right.
And the lady that made me my shirt a while ago, I don't see her on here much, but her name was Patty, and she's awesome.
Yeah.
She made the Iron Man shirt.
I don't see
and
any
that was
questions.
from her son had a company, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
her son was the one that did them all.
We never got her son's company. We could plug it for her though.
But she's not here. All right, guys, I'm gonna go watch a movie with Scott and enjoy the rest of my Sunday with my feet up and my arms down.
I guess I have to.
So thank you guys all for hanging out.
Patty is here. Patty, do you make shirts?
Patty, do you have shirts? Do you make shirts or have shirts made?
Because Patty made me the coolest shirt ever, which I'm actually not wearing, so I will show it to you guys.
Yeah. This one has got the most compliments of all the shirts that we've gone anywhere with.
Well, it's because I wear this to the quilt shows, and everybody wants one at the quilt shows. They come up to me and ask me where I've got it.
Yeah, see, she doesn't. She said no.
Oh, I thought her son or somebody had an actual business. We were going to plug it, make you some money.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you guys all for hanging out. I love all of you. I'm so glad you guys enjoyed me making a mess out of, just farting around, messing things up, because that's how it works, right? Anyway, take care, everybody, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.
Good night.